Well, hey everybody, it's Bug64, and guess what? We're getting ready to do another flight today in the Bell412 in X-Plane 11. It's going to be an FSEconomy flight, going to make us about $9,000, and this is going to be a flight in the latest X-Plane update, which is 11.4.1 R as in Romeo 1. So we're going to see how things go and see how this little beta update works. So we're going to be flying from KPRC to MMCA. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. Again, it's going to be about 130 miles, and we're going to make a little over $9,000, almost $10,000 on this, I'm sure, after our expenses. So let's get in the cockpit, let's get things started, and be on our way. Okay, so here we are at KPRC. Let's get things going here. First of all, let's see about starting our mission. So we're logged into FSEconomy and our mission is started. So now with that, we can get this stuff out of the way and go ahead and get our aircraft started. First thing, of course, is to get some external power and then remove before flight. Otherwise, things get really ugly. Alright, batteries on, inverter on, anti-collision on. And with that, everything's looking good. We can get down here and crack our throttle, get some fuel. Okay, so that's all looking good. Everything's set up there. Let's start engine 1. And our little lady has come alive, so everything is working so far. Okay, let's go ahead and get engine 2 started. Okay, both engines are in good shape. So let's get generators on. So nav lights are on, anti-collision's on. We're looking pretty good here. Get our autopilot's SAS going. And we'll get our flight plan set up here real quickly. let's take a look at that. So we're going to MMCA. So let's see if I can load. And it's not going to accept it. Okay. So apparently with the new update it couldn't find my old FMS files and make them work. So we'll have to come up with something different. So it shows our present location, KPRC, and we want to go to MMCA. Not okay. It's showing MMCAP. We don't want to go there. All right. Yep, MMCA. And okay, apparently in the X-Plane 530 Garmin database, MMCA does not exist. So we may have to just fly on a heading. I know the heading's about 153 degrees. So we'll set our course up for 153, put our heading on that, but that'll mean that we won't be able to fly the nav. We'll just have to fly heading, unless I can come up with another plan. This is a bit of a nuisance, because the airport exists in SkyVector, it exists in X-Plane, but not in the nav data. So I don't know what's going on there. But well, that's enough playing around. Let's run up the RPMs and get out of here. It's a bit of an inconvenience, but we're not going to let it interfere with our flight. If need be, I'll just dead reckon it. So we've got our RPMs in the green. So let's get ready to go. Okay, let's see. So let's set our vertical speed up and get a little more speed here and set up our indicated. Our altitude, we're going to have to get to about 8,500 to 9,000 to clear all the mountains. The airport we just left was at just over 5,000 feet altitude, and the airport we're going to is at about 5,100 if I remember correctly. So we're on our way. Yeah, in the navigational database with the Garmin 530, the MMCA does not exist. So I was not able to set up the flight plan to go there. There is an airport en route. I think it's KFHU. That's about 30 miles away from MMCA, and so I may use that to be able to just fly a flight plan, and then when we get there I can make adjustments and get to our final destination so that we can get credit for the FSEconomy flight, because this flight's going to make us after expenses almost $10,000, so that's pretty good for this helicopter. That's on my little nav map showing our flight plan. Yeah. So that's where we're headed. Which, like I said, it's on SkyVector. It exists. Little nav map. It exists. For some reason, it just doesn't exist in my database here. So, what we'll do is set up KFHU as our destination. Fly there, and then it's just about, like I said, about 30 miles to MMCA. So MMCA is just across the border in Mexico. So flight plan is set up. It's at 189 miles left to go. The total flight was 230 miles, I believe, 245. So go ahead and put it on nav, and then switch our check this. Okay, so we're almost there. We're within a few miles. And I've got no indication of an airport in front of me. But MMCA, which here is in this database, shows it's at an altitude of 5,199 feet. And yeah, we're really close. But I don't see it, and I should be able to right now. So let's see how this goes. See if I can find it. Okay. We're 2.9 miles away. I should be able to see this thing for sure. It's right in front of that lake dead ahead. Anyway, the flight up to this point has been completely uneventful. Everything has worked extremely well, just like it's supposed to. And our navigation hasn't been bad. We got to KFHU, and there is, yeah, I can see the runways. They're covered by city streets and roads and trees and houses and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, okay. The city streets are going right across the runways. Okay, well, what I'm going to have to do is just fly in there. Yeah, there's the beacon tower. And you can actually see the runways there. 1.1 mile away. Okay. Sure enough, a taxiway, runway, all covered by city streets and trees. Oh my goodness. Well, that's going to make landing interesting. I'm going to have to pick a spot and land where, and I have control of the aircraft, where I don't run into trees or light posts or anything like that, because those things are usually in the sim, they're hard, and you can crash in them. So I don't want to do that, so we'll have to just kind of circle around a little bit and find a place to land as we lose altitude and slow down. See what looks to be runway and taxiway out my right window there. So I'm going to try and find a spot right down there and land. Yeah, well, this makes it interesting. My next flight should be interesting too, because I'll be leaving out of this airport. Slow down to almost a hover, and now I can start picking my spot. cars moving on the roadway, and there looks like a major thoroughfare going right over the runway. Trying to find my spot here. I'm using the experimental flight model, and it does get a little tricky sometimes with the helicopters. Got to maintain that descent about 500 feet a minute. If I get below 500 feet a minute, I'm looking at the real possibility of VRS or vortex ring state, which is bad. Basically, a helicopter falls out of the sky. But we're getting it down, and there, like I said, there's trees, light poles, all kinds of stuff around here that would be bad for me to run into. So we're going to do everything I can to avoid that. Okay, I think I found the spot I want. So we're going to ease forward a little bit. Get over this big tree. Actually going to try and land between two light poles. See how that goes. Fairly close to our airport beacon. Alright, looks like we're going to make it okay. Set it down nice and easy. Lots of dust. And we're down safely. Alright. So, run down the throttle. And then we'll go ahead and shut down the engines so we can get completion of the flight.
I need to be casual. It's not like I need to. Well, and plus seriously, we ate like
All right, so we can complete the flight and get paid. Very good. Mission accomplished. Not bad at all. Something new and interesting. Nav issue. Alrighty, well, we got the flight done. Everything went well. Interesting though that the airport, that our destination MMCA, didn't exist in X-Plane. It showed up on our map that we use inside the cockpit, but I could not make it part of the flight plan. It kept giving me MMCAP, which is 1,400 miles away in the wrong direction. So, you know, interesting. Don't know why that happened. Couldn't tell you, but it did. But we were able to make the flight, landed. Also, the fact that since it did not exist officially, well, as you saw, the airport was where it was supposed to be, but there were houses and roads and everything all over it, trees. So very interesting thing, and it just, that's the way it happened. First time I've run into that. So upward and onwards. Okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the flight. I sure had a good time bringing it to you. It was a lot of fun as usual. And if you liked it, please click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the don't like button. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them. I try to answer each and every comment, good, bad, or indifferent, as quickly as I possibly can. And again, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great week and weekend. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. As always, safe flying.